what's poppin' with you though? It's your boy Karen. We are back for a Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Wi-Fi battle. The very first Wi-Fi battle I've ever had, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And we are battling against a pretty nice YouTuber known as 6fthax. So go subscribe to him. A link to his channel will be in the description down below. I'm pretty sure he might upload his side of the battle too. So I mean, if not, here's my side of the battle. So we're doing a UU match. I ever did a UU match in all of 7th generation, and all of Sun and Moon, the original Sun and Moon, I only did OU battles. But this time I'm going to be using a UU team with starring Mega Pidgeot, Celebi, Empoleon, Muck, Araquanid, and Como-O as my opponents using Aurorus, Dual Blade, Scizor, Como-O, Alolan Sandslash, and Latias. So we're going to be starting the battle off. It looks like his team is going to be like Pseudo-Hail, because he does have the Aurorus as well as the Alolan Sandslash. And we're listening to that original Pokemon Red and Blue battle remix for the battle, because if you battle one of the legendary birds, you get this battle remix, and it's so good. I love listening to that old music while playing Pokemon. So we're leading on with my Pidgeot, and he's gonna be leading off with this Ice Dino, the Aurorus, and immediately the Snow Warning goes off. So it's definitely 100% a Hail team. So I'm more than likely going to have to watch out for the Aurora Veil, but I'm leading off, Mega Evolving right away, and we're getting Pidgeot out of here because that's a Rock and an Ice type Pokemon. Pidgeot is a normal flying type, so I do not want to take any Ice moves. I don't want to take any Rock moves. Doesn't matter if he's going to use Ancient Power, Freeze Dry, Blizzard. I don't want to take any of it, but I can go out into my Araquanid. I was thinking about going into my Muck because my Muck is a Salt Vest and can probably take the hits better, but Araquanid can probably threaten the Aurorus more, as well as the red card can get this Aurorus straight up out of my field of vision. I don't want to be looking at that thing. As Dual Blade comes out, and it's pretty good for me because Iron Head won't do very much to my Araquanid, and I can very easily get up my Sticky Web, which is a move Araquanid now gets in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So it makes Araquanid a lot better as a utility Pokemon, as well as firing off those very, very strong liquidations. So Alolan Sandslash is going to be hard coming out, as I can get my Sticky Webs up right here and right now. Don't have to worry about those. Those are up onto the field now. But Alolan Sandslash does have Rapid Spin, so I do have to watch out for that. And I don't have any Ghost types on my team, so I do not have a Spin blocker, unfortunately, as the Aurora Veil is now up. So even through Alolan Sandslash's very high defensive stat and the Aurora Veil, that liquidation does so much damage. It's still like an easy 3 to 4 hit KO. I would say 3 hit KO. I don't think 4 hits. So unfortunately, he does go for that Rapid Spin, and Sticky Web is gone. Excuse me. But I can use Liquidation again, still doing a ton of damage. So even though I can't get the Sticky Webs up safely this battle, because he can definitely take me out with an Icicle Crash from where I'm at, Araquanid did do a decent job in weakening the Alolan Sandslash. So it's all okay for me. My thought process right now is I just want to do as much damage to this Alolan Sandslash as possible, because with the Hail, it can do a ton of damage and now speed my entire team because of Slush Rush, its ability, which doubles its speed in the Hail. So send in my Pidgeot because we do have Heat Wave, and that is an Ice Steel type Pokemon Alolan Sandslash is, so I can definitely take it out with the Heat Wave, even with the Aurora Veil still being up. As he's going to hard switch back into his Aurorus, get that Hail back up for Sandslash if he wants to send it back out. As with this Heat Wave, I'm going to get a beautiful crit, doing a decent chunk of damage to the Aurora. And if you didn't know, critical hits do go through screens, so Reflect, Light Screen, and Aurora Veil. If you have those up and I get a critical hit on you, it's still going to do the normal damage, even without, like, it doesn't care. It just goes right through that, so I don't care about that. Because if I didn't get a crit, I would have done nothing with that, because the Aurorus is pretty specially defensive, and the Aurora Veil would have cut its power in half because of Heat Wave, so don't have to worry about that. End of the day, I do not have to worry. I got that critical hit, and it's going to make me be able to get this Aurorus off the field quicker. Unfortunately, I do misplay right here. I used Pursuit thinking he would probably switch out to his Como-O, and I just wanted to get the Aurorus off the field, but unfortunately, he does not switch out for me. He's leaving it in the fodder, so Muck took a lot of damage. I don't want to take Muck to take more damage because Dual Blade can come out. And Dual Blade is a very scary Pokemon for my team if Muck's not around. So I send in my Empoleon, and Empoleon eats that Blizzard up because Empoleon is specially defensive, plus it's water and steel type Pokemon, so it 4 times resists ice. And this is one of those times where I don't even have to really think about my move. All I have to do is just click that Defog, because I definitely want to get the rocks off the field. I don't want Pidgeot taking any damage that it doesn't have to do, because Pidgeot is a very, very strong Pokemon for this battle. It's probably one of my win conditions, if not Como itself. So Como and Pidgeot, I want them to have as much HP as possible. As Mitsuru, my very, very, very bulky Empoleon, can easily take any of these attacks from the Latias. I'm not even scared about the Latias. I can just stay in and hit that Latias with a knockoff. So, if he's switching out to his Auroras, at that amount of HP, I am pretty sure a knockoff can take it out as well. And Empoleon slaps that thing, and Auroras is gone down. So at least I don't have to worry about that. We are at 5-5 right now. My Araquanid is down, his Auroras is down. So it can be anyone's game. We're 12 turns in, and Empoleon is looking pretty nice right now. So Slush Slash, the Sand Slash comes out. And I didn't know if you want to do the Aurora Veils or you want to use Earthquake, but I do know my Empoleon can very easily take an Earthquake because that Sand Slash is not a ground type, it's Ice Steel, so it's not Steps. So I can definitely take an Earthquake and finish that Sand Slash off with a Scald because Sand Slash does not have very good special bulk. So my Empoleon just took out both the Ice type Pokemon on my opponent's team and has a tiny bit of HP left, so it's still pretty useful if my opponent has any way to get up any more hazards. I can definitely defog them away. So Bobby Road comes out, that Como, the very, very, very threatening Como. I have one option right now. I can't play around with this thing. I had to immediately switch out to my own Como because my own Como is soundproof. And if you didn't know, Clangorous Soul Blaze is a sound-based attack. So even with it being a Z move, if I have soundproof, he can't use his Z move. And that Z move can definitely sweep me from where I'm at right now. So my Como is out, and he is going to be hit by the hail. And my Como is also being hit by the hail, but he does have the Dragon Dance up right now, so that's a +1 attack, +1 speed Drain Punch, and he gets the unfortunate critical hit, so that pays back for that critical hit I got on Auroras with the Heat Wave, as I have no real choice other than use my own Dragon Dance right now, and just hope for the best that I can outspeed him with my own Dragon Dance up and just have a Drain Punch war. But that critical hit definitely put a damper into my own plan, so it's not looking very good right now. But it's still anyone's game, especially where he's going to be switching out his own Como into Doublade. So, Doublade is a very, very, very good counter to the Clangorous Soul Blaze Como because Clanging Scales and Clangorous Soul Blaze will not do too much to an Eviolite Doublade. And Drain Punch won't affect because he's Ghost, and Poison Jab won't affect because he is Steel. So, I'm immediately going to go into my Muck as he's going to try to Shadow Sneak, and Muck can definitely take a Shadow Sneak from a Doublade. And this gives me a very easy knockoff. So I can just knock this thing off, get rid of that Eviolite, you don't need it, knock off this a decent amount of damage, and I can't poison him because he is a Steel type, so Poison Touch won't be activating or anything. That Gyro Ball does a decent amount of damage, but I'm going to use Pursuit right now because my Alolan Muck's purpose right now in this battle is to get rid of this Dual Blade. After that, Alolan Muck doesn't really have much purpose because it can't really outspeed Scizor, even though I do have Fire Punch. I can't do anything to Scizor because Scizor's going to be way faster than me, and most UU Scizors carry Life Orb or Choice Band. But with Muck gone down right now, he cannot Shadow Sneak my Pidgeot, and I can very, very easily just click Hurricane. I was thinking about using Heat Wave, but Hurricane will definitely take out Doublade from where it is, especially without its Eviolite. And I don't want that Como coming in on the suspected Heat Wave. I don't want Latias coming in for free, and I do not want Scizor coming in for free. So Scizor does come in, but I think he was just doing this to, I guess, weaken my Pidgeot, because my Pidgeot can definitely take a Bullet Punch from a Life Orb Scizor, and I can just use the Heat Wave, and that is definitely 100% going to be a dead Scizor. So it's looking good for me. I'm taking out this Pokemon. Pidgeot is putting in a lot of work taking out Doublade and Scizor. But Latias does come out right now. Latias is still at full health, and there's no Stealth Rocks up because my Celebi hasn't had a chance to come out into this battle. So U-Turn is going to do honestly a decent chunk of damage for our timid Mega Pidgeot. So I'm going to send in Como right here just as Death Fodder. I'm not sure if this was the right play. I could have definitely sent in my Empoleon, and Empoleon could have taken a Draco Meteor or a Psychic and probably racked up that Life Orb damage right now. But I am getting revealed that this thing is indeed a Life Orb Latias. So Mega Pidgeot has to come out right now. There's a chance I can take it out with a Hurricane, but I have to get an absolute max roll. So I go with the safe bet, and I just use U-Turn again just to do as much damage as possible. That way, a Hurricane can definitely take out Latias, and then he would only have his Como left, and I can definitely OHKO that thing with the Hurricane. So he's going to go with the Draco Meteor right now on my Empoleon. I'm hoping to God this takes out my Empoleon, but my Empoleon is just too bulky. The reason why I was hoping this would take out Empoleon is because if that took out Empoleon, I get a clean switch into my Pidgeot, and I'd just be able to use Hurricane and then Hurricane again. But right now, Mitsuru's just way too bulky. I tried hard switching into my Pidgeot, hoping that a -2 psychic attack wouldn't be able to take me out. But unfortunately, as you're going to see here, the psychic does take out my Mega Pidgeot. And that's the best I could really do. I was hoping at -2 I could live a psychic, and there's kind of a rolls. Like, I think the Life Orb psychic did about 30 to 20, 25 to like 30%. So I was hoping I could get a low roll and be able to get in, but unfortunately I could not. And this is kind of where, if it wasn't obvious right now, I am going to lose this game, because my Celebi has Stealth Rocks, Giga Drain, Recover, and Thunder Wave. Now on Smogon's actual sets, it says to have Thunder Wave, or it says to have Thunder Wave or Stealth Rocks. You don't have both. I have both, and I sacrificed U-turn for that. And if I had U-turn, I'd be able to send in Celebi, immediately U-turn on this thing. And it would rather put the Latios in a point where I can just Hurricane kill it and then Hurricane Como, or he'd switch out into Como, and I'd get a free switch into my Mega Pidgeot, which would outspeed both of his Pokemon and take them both out. So, if my Celebi had U-turn, I'd actually be able to win this battle, but because I don't have U-turn, I'm unfortunately going to lose this battle, because the moment his Latios does go down, his Como can come out, Clanger Soul Blaze, and he does get a critical hit Draco Meteor there, but I don't think it really matters because it just comes down to Thunder Wave Hatch, and my only attacking moves right now are Giga Drain and Empoleon Scald and Knockoff, so I really don't have any way to win this battle right now. So Bobby Road is going to come right back out. That highlighter Como, no one really likes that shiny color. It's just too bright and doesn't really fit Como, but right now, you are going to see the Clanger Soul Blaze if you haven't seen it already. And it's a long-ass animation. If you haven't seen it before, this move is so broken. It's a 185 special attacking move, and it also increases all your stats. But Clanger Soul Blaze is this Como is just dancing around, waving its little scales around. Click that, you jump up right high into the sky. You're just still shaking around. And then you just hit him with that big sound wave, and that Celebi is gone. And he's also going to be able to get all of his stat boosts. So attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed all go up while taking out my Celebi. And my only Pokemon left is Empoleon. But as Empoleon is so low on HP, and it's a special defensive variant and not an attacking variant, he can just easily outspeed my Empoleon, take it out with that super effective Drain Punch, and that is going to be the close game, that 1-0. If I only had U-turn on my Celebi, I would have been able to take it, but unfortunately I had Thunder Wave. I actually switched U-turn. I actually took off the Thunder Wave and put U-turn on my Celebi after this battle just for these types of occasions. So, hope you guys enjoyed the return of Wi-Fi battles for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon on the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. And join my Discord if you haven't already. Link to it is in the description down below. And comment question of your day, of my day, of the day, I don't know. Comment question of the day. What is your favorite addition to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? It could be the new Ultra Beasts. It could be a Pokemon with a new moves, like the way how Como gets Clanger Soul Blaze, or Araquanid gets Sticky Web. It could be how Landorus T gets Defog now. What's your favorite addition to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? I would love to hear it in the comment section below. Either way, now that I've said everything I want to do and show you this Wi-Fi battle, I think it's time to peace out. I'm out.